What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Pips Solve video where we're going to try to solve February 13th's Pips puzzles. We know this has to be a horizontal tile and this has to be a vertical tile. So that means this has to be a horizontal. We have two fives. We don't have two blanks. So this is a forced tile, meaning this is a forced tile, meaning this is a forced tile, because we couldn't have put this 5-4 here, because this would have been 4, and both of these would have to be 0, but we only had 1, 0. So the 5-4 had to go here, meaning the 6-4 had to go there, and that 5-3 had to go there, leaving the blank and the 1. Pretty easy for the easy puzzle, as we've found. Okay, this has to be horizontal, horizontal. This has to be horizontal, horizontal, and then this and this could be anything. A region 3 equals and a 2 equals. So this 2 equals, we only have one blank, so it has to be a 1, 1 and a blank. Yeah, so I think that is a forced tile. The blank is then also forced, and this could be 5, but we don't have a 5-5 tile, so I think that means this has to then be this direction, which means this has to be 3s. And we do have a 3-5, so that all makes sense. What do we have left? We could have 5s. So one of our 3s has to be our one of these dead pieces, because we don't have enough 3s, and our 4 has to be this dead piece, which leaves the 5 here and this 6 here. What did I place wrong? Excuse me? Oh, this is a 3. That's a 3 cell. I didn't even see that, which just means this has to be this way. Okay, I just did not see that that was a 3 cell. What did I do wrong here? Why are you unhappy with me? Come on now. We see the solution. I just needed to put the pieces in correctly. Little bit of a hiccup there. That's okay. We'll have a much bigger hiccup here. Oh, goodness me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 zeros have to go in here, and 1 0 has to go here. Okay, so we know this tile is either here or here. Not useful yet. We have this, this, and this. Yeah, really not useful. 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think a 24 has to be 4 6s. So again, we know this 6 is like in here or here. And the other two 6s are in here, which is fine. Oh, there's actually one extra 6. How many 6s are there? There's 6 6s. So this could actually be done in many ways, because we could put the 6s in there individually. 17 and 3, 6, 12, and 5. So this is a 6, 6, and a 5. So we have 4 6s here and 2 6s here. So all of our 6s are used up. So all of our 6s are used up. Okay, so is there a 0 and a 6? That would be a useful tile. There's not a 0 and a 6. There's a 0, 4, a 0, 2, and a 0, 3. Okay, so what that means to me is that this tile is vertical. Is that useful? I don't know, because none of these 0 tiles would be able to be horizontal, because none of them are attached to a piece that could go in here. Really not a useful bit of information yet. Can I do anything else with that? This is a 4 equals zone. We still have options for the 1s. No, but the 1s are going to have to go in here. How many 0 tiles do we have left? I said we used all the 0s. So all 4 of the 1s, we have 4 1s, they all go in here. This is just so hard to pencil all of this. All four of the ones go in here. We've used all of our 6s. We've used all of our 0s. So does that mean this 4 cell is either 5s, 4s, or 3s? Not useful. Not useful. It can't be 5s because we know 1 5 goes up here. Well, that's actually an interesting thing to look at. We know one. Oh, okay. Let me just finish this other train of thought. It could be 3s and it could be, would I say 4s? It could be 4s. Could be 4s, unless I ruled that out somewhere else that I didn't know yet. Okay, we know 1 5 goes up here. And we know there's not a horizontal piece. So one of these is a vertical 5 to 1. It could be there. It could be there. I don't necessarily see a reason one or the other, but I don't think there's another 5 1. Is there 5 6? That means this has to be there. Oh, what am I doing? That means this is a 6 6. Is there a 6 1 is what I was going for. There's a 6 3, a 6 2, a 6 6, 6 5. There's not a 6 1. So this has to be there. This is not a forced piece yet, but just kind of my, I guess I don't need it in there anymore because now I can't put something here. These have to be our other ones. We have to put a double 1 in here somewhere. So it's either going to be like that or like that. I don't see something forcing that yet. What's my last 1? My last 1 goes to a 3. So regardless, it's going to be 1 3 here or 1 3 there. Is there a 3 0? There is a 3 0. So I actually like that as an option. We can do this. Yes, pieces cannot overlap. That's because I put it there. So then this is valid. This is valid. This is all valid. Okay. Okay, we have 2 zeros remaining. Both have to go here. We have a 4 cell region. It can still be, it can't be the 6s, but it can still be the, it can't be the 5s. It can be the 4s or the 3s. It can be the 4s or the 3s. It's got to be some other piece of logic I can work through. Less than 3. So this is a 2. This is a 2. We don't have any 1s left. We don't have any 0s left. They're going to go here. So this is a 2. Okay. And this is a 6. Do we have a 2 6? We do have a 2 6. So this could be here. Less than 4. Could this also still be a 2? I'm not sure because we need a, so we need, hold on. What did I say? We need 4s or 3s or 4s go in here. And then we have a 3 cell region, which is going to use the other 3 or 4. And a 2 cell region, which is then going to have to use the 2s. So this is 2 2s. But we can't do that with what we have left. Now, can we? Does that logic make sense? Does that logic make sense? This is 2 2s. So is there any other way? I think what that means, does that mean this has to be like that? But how does that doesn't let me, this doesn't make sense still. Was I right in the fact that this has to be 2 2s? Is there something wrong with that logic? Because the 6 can't be over there. The 6 can't be over there. But this 2 also can't be over there. So what are we're saying that, right, this 0 has to be here, because this has to be in here. And then this, where was that 6 2 piece? I mean, this 6 2 piece has to be here as well. Right? Am I crazy with that? I think it does. I think it does, but what does that mean? That means this 6 has to be, we have a 6 3. But we can't put this 6. We don't have a 6 0. This can't be like that. I am pretty confident that this has to be this vertical blank, because we can't have a 6 there. So this has to be that. So then this has to be, that's where I'm struggling, because otherwise, right, I guess if we do that, this has to be something like that, because we used our double 6 over here. And I thought our logic was sound that we had to use it over there. Unless I'm just totally missing something. I mean, did I miss something obvious? This could be here, this could be here, this has to be a 0 and greater than 2, and that's not going to work. Right, that's not correct. I mean, this has to be, because the 1 has to be over there. What am I missing? What am I missing? There's something with this arrangement. There's something with this arrangement that we can do better. I do think it feels like this has to go here. But how does this then work? You see, but that you can't have the 6 here then. You need a 6 0. Well, we don't have a 6 0. Right? No matter what I do, that becomes illegal. Right? You need a 6 0 here. And we just don't have that. So this feels like that only option. Oh, wait, we could do... Could we use this somewhere else? Why do I feel... What did I mistake in my logic? I mean, there's clearly... I clearly did something in the logic that is poor. Wait, I only have 3 5s left. Four or 5. It's got to be something with these 6s. Because there's only so many ways, unless I really screwed up something up here. But that all felt sound. So is there a better way I can do this? I'm going to just have to think about this one more time. That would block this off because we can't do that. So this has to go up. It just feels... I mean, I guess this could go this way. That's the only thing that I guess could be different. We would put the double 5 over there, but that would not function, right? This, with how this is, like here. Okay, so is that my issue? I need something more like that. And then we'd have a 3. No, see, that wouldn't work either. I'm wondering if then, so this could be the 0, 2? But I don't have a 1, 2. Am I crazy? This would have to go vertical. Do I have a 2, 3? I do have a 2, 3. Ooh, okay, okay. Hold on. So we would have something like that. So what does that change? Because now I have a different set of tiles. We have 3 4s remaining. Can we do this with what we have right here? A blank 4 greater than 3. Feels like the blank 4 has to go there. This 0, 3 would go there. We have the 6, 5. Is anything out of place? Is that going to work? Oh my goodness. So this was where I had some flawed logic. I had put the 0, 3 somehow, assuming it was my only option, but it wasn't. Okay, what we got there. Not bad, not bad. Let me know how you guys did. Let me know if you see exactly where I went wrong. But yeah, not a bad puzzle. Only like, what did it say, 20 minutes? Something like that?